If you ever remove this undergarment, even for a single moment, they will find you. Who will find me? The creatures that murdered your mother.
Adwoa froze. She stared at the old woman. Her heart began to pound.
My mother!
The old woman immediately looked away. She had said too much. For 20 years, she had protected a secret that could destroy everything. And now, that secret was beginning to awaken because somewhere far away, someone had finally discovered that Adwoa was alive. But to understand why the old woman was afraid, we must go back to a night the world had almost forgotten, a night when an entire kingdom burned, a night when a queen made a terrible sacrifice, and a night when a newborn child became the most haunted person in the land. 20 years earlier, the kingdom of Nyameko was the pride of the continent. Its rivers never ran dry, its farms fed thousands, its warriors were feared by enemies and respected by allies. But one terrible night, everything changed. But who were these creatures? And what was so special about an ordinary-looking garment? To understand the answers, we must return to Asempa, where a young woman named Adwoa was living an ordinary life, unaware that a dangerous secret had been protecting her since birth. And far away, something had already begun searching for her. Back in Asempa, life appeared normal, but something had changed, something invisible, something dangerous. The air itself felt different. Even the animals sensed it. The dogs barked at empty spaces. The chickens refused to leave their cages. And every night the owls gathered around Adwoa's home, watching, waiting, as though guarding her from something unseen. Adwoa could not stop thinking about the old woman's words. "He knows you're alive." The sentence echoed inside her mind over and over again. Who was he, and why was he looking for her? The following morning, Adwoa woke before sunrise, but something unusual caught her attention. The white garment she wore beneath her clothes was glowing, very faintly. A soft silver light pulsed for a few seconds. Then it disappeared. Adwoa touched it. Her heart began to race. This had never happened before. She immediately left her house and walked toward the old woman's hut. But halfway there, she stopped. The forest was silent, too silent. There were no birds singing, no insects buzzing, no monkeys jumping from tree to tree, nothing. The silence itself felt wrong. Then she heard it. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Someone was walking behind her. She turned around. Nobody was there. She continued walking. Again. Crunch, crunch, crunch. This time she spun around quickly. Still nobody. A cold chill ran down her spine. She began walking faster. Suddenly, the sound stopped completely. Then, from high above her, a voice whispered, "Found you!" Adwoa froze. She slowly lifted her head. An enormous black bird sat upon a branch. Its eyes glowed red. It stared directly at her. Then it flew away. Her heart pounded violently. For the first time in her life, she was afraid, very afraid. Meanwhile, deep inside the forbidden forest, dozens of shadow creatures gathered before the night hunter. One creature knelt. "We have entered 7 villages." Another creature spoke. "We searched the rivers." A third bowed its head. "We searched the mountains." The night hunter stood up. "No," he said calmly. "You searched for a person." The caravan became silent. Then he smiled. "You should be searching for something much older." The shadows looked confused. The night hunter slowly walked toward the giant stone wall. He placed his hand upon it. Suddenly, ancient carvings lit up. An image appeared, a woman wearing a crown. Then another image appeared, a child. Then a third image appeared, the enchanted garment. The night hunter's voice became low. The child is not what protects her. He pointed at the glowing image. The garment is. If she removes it, his smile grew larger. The world itself will reveal her location. Far away, inside Asempa, Adwoa finally arrived at the old woman's hut. But something was wrong. The fire was out. The herbs hanging outside had fallen. The door was open. The old woman never left her door open. Never. Adwoa stepped inside. Grandmother? No answer. She looked around. The hut was empty. Then she noticed something on the floor. A single silver feather. Broken. Her heart sank. She picked it up. Suddenly, she heard breathing behind her. She turned around. Nobody. Then she heard it again. Breathing. Slow. Heavy. As though something enormous stood just outside the hut. She slowly walked toward the doorway. Her hands trembled. Then she saw them. Footprints. Massive footprints. Far too large to belong to any human. Each footprint was filled with black ash. Adwoa stepped backward. Fear spread throughout her body. Then she heard a voice, a familiar voice. Do not let them see your fear. Adwoa turned. The old woman stood inside the room. But something was different. Her face looked tired, exhausted, as though she had just fought a battle. Adwoa ran toward her. Where did you go? The old woman closed the door quickly. Then she looked straight into Adwoa's eyes. He is closer than I thought. Adwoa swallowed hard. Who is he? The old woman walked toward the fire and sat down. For several moments, she said nothing. Then she whispered, The night hunter. Adwoa stared at her. The creature that destroyed your kingdom. Adwoa's eyes widened. My kingdom? The old woman immediately realized her mistake. She had said too much. She stood up quickly. It doesn't matter. But Adwoa grabbed her hand. No. Her voice trembled. It does matter. You said my kingdom. The old woman's eyes filled with sadness. For 20 years she had protected this secret. For 20 years she had waited. But now, time was running out. She slowly sat back down. Then she said something that made Adwoa's entire world begin to crumble. You were never an ordinary village girl. Outside, the wind suddenly became stronger. Inside, the fire began flickering violently. Then the old woman whispered 4 words. You were born a queen. Adwoa froze. Her heart skipped a beat. She could not breathe. She could not speak. A queen? Before she could ask another question, every dog in Asempa began barking at the exact same moment. Then every owl flew into the sky. Then every lantern in the village suddenly went out. Darkness swallowed everything. The old woman's face turned pale, very pale. Then she slowly stood up. Fear appeared in her eyes once again. He found the village, and far away, standing upon a mountain overlooking Asempa. The night hunter smiled because after 20 years, he was finally looking at her home. What would you do if someone warned you never to remove a garment for the rest of your life? Would you obey the warning, or would curiosity get the better of you? Share your answer in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe and share for more African folk tales filled with mystery, wisdom and ancient secrets. The story is not over yet. a greater mystery awaits in the next episode. Watch now and continue the adventure. If you enjoyed this tale, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel for more unforgettable African stories. Your support helps keep these legends alive